Hi, it's David coming at you today with some ways to help you finish the year strong with your marketing. It's so hard to believe, but 2014 is almost behind us, and obviously we're already thinking about our plans for 2015, which includes some amazing new ways that we can help you. But I want to help you right now by thinking about how you can finish the year strong. So first of all, don't neglect blogging. Did you know that companies that blog on average get 55% more web traffic and 70% more leads than those that don't? In other words, blogging is a very powerful outreach tool. Now, I've talked about it for years as an important way for you to increase your search rank, and obviously that factors in to the traffic numbers that we're talking about. But the issue goes beyond search. Companies that blog are thinking about content. Companies that blog are better at social media than companies that don't. Why? Because you develop the discipline and the habit of thinking about serving your customers and your prospects through content. And obviously that content becomes more valuable the more you do it. And the more valuable your content becomes, the more likely people are to share it and engage with it and interact with it and, of course, find it in search results. So I want to encourage you to keep your blogging up. I know it's a busy time of year. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's easy to fall off the wagon in terms of your discipline in some of these areas, but blogging is one of those places that you absolutely don't want to neglect. You want to keep your momentum strong and go into 2015 moving well. Another thing that I want to point out, and this is the second item for today, is you want to make your content on your blog as shareable as possible. Most social networks, beginning with the elephant in the room, Facebook, will grab an image from your blog content or any link really that they find, and you actually have the ability to control what they see. And so I want to encourage you, if you don't already have this set up, or if you're not in the habit of doing this, make sure that you find and share an image with every post that you create on your blog. Simply set the featured image, as I'm demonstrating right here, set featured image, upload a picture, and we'll talk about dimensions in just a moment. Upload a picture, and with one of these WordPress plugins, one of which is likely to be installed on your website. If not, you can add one of them. Jetpack, WordPress SEO, there are a handful of others, even Shareaholic. Whatever of these plugins you may be using will actually give Facebook the code to say, this is the image that I want you to use. And so by using the set featured image, these plugins will output what's called an open graph tag for the geeks in the room. That open graph tag says this is the image that goes along with this particular post. Facebook will look for it, Twitter will find it, LinkedIn will find it, other social networks will find it as well. So I encourage you to make use of this, because this way you get to add some sizzle and some punch, and you don't end up with something that's lackluster when it gets shared online, whether you share it or whether other people share it. A third thing that I want to have you think about is actually setting the dimensions of your featured image. Currently, and this is current as of December 2014, and these things do change, but currently, if you create your graphic at 1200 by 628 pixels, these are numbers measured in pixels, 1200 pixels wide by 628 pixels tall. If you create your graphic at that set of dimensions and you upload it to your WordPress website, set it as the featured image, that image will display as is on Facebook and on many of the other social networks too, but Facebook is the key one here. Well, what does that do? Well, it makes sure that your image isn't altered, it doesn't get chopped off on either the top or the bottom or the sides. Instead, that image will look nice no matter what device someone's viewing your content from when they see it through their Facebook newsfeed. Could be an ad, it could be in their, you shared it via your Facebook page, or it could be that your readers, your visitors to your website are sharing your content. Whatever the case may be, when it shows up in a Facebook newsfeed, it's going to look nice. Keep in mind that if you plan to use this image as an ad, even if it's a link graphic, if you're planning to use it as an ad, you need to follow the 20% rule, which means you can only have no more than 20% of the image containing text. Facebook has very specific rules on that, so if you're not familiar with those rules, make sure you read up on the 20% rule, because it's an easy rule to break and it doesn't always make sense intuitively in terms of how Facebook measures that. So again, just to recap, don't neglect your blogging, keep it up. Remember, 300 to 500 words, one post at least once a week. That habit will keep you on top. Number two, make sure that your content from your website is shareable. your blog content, for example. And number 3, make sure it looks snazzy by using the set featured image tool and creating that image at the proper size, 1200 by 628 pixels. We'll be back again with more tips on how you can grow your business in the digital era. And don't forget, 2015 is going to be an exciting year. We've got some new training coming up and some ways to really increase your impact with your marketing. And I look forward to being a part of helping you succeed in 2015.